Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alphonzo. It's estimated actually just over 37 million people live here in the state of California, as according to the U.S. Census. And according to the Department of Homeland Security and Los Angeles Alamo, it's estimated that 2.6 million are actually undocumented immigrants. Current California law, it requires that the Department of Motor Vehicles require for you to provide a social security number prior to beginning the process of obtaining a driver license or a California ID. Prior is a very important word. My point right now is that California law preventing undocumented immigrants from obtaining a driver license actually jeopardizing safety of California drivers. And I'm going to show that by showing that current California law it's preventing individuals from obtaining the proper training and proper skills to drive on the roads, thus jeopardizing our safety. Second of all, the lack of a California driver license is preventing them from obtaining the correct or preventing them from obtaining proper insurance liability, which in case of an accident affect us financially. And third of all, which I feel is the strongest one, is the fear of deportation after a traffic stop can have a domino effect, which can result in a greater danger. Going back to the first topic, current California law, it's preventing people from obtaining their driver's license. It also prevents them from showing their abilities. So there's no way for us to test what they know or what they don't know. There's no way for us to so if they get a traffic citation, there's no way for them to go to traffic school because all that is going through your driver license. There's no way for them to attend driving schools because they don't have a social for that. And like I said, before going to the DMV, before anything gets started, the process, unless they provide a social security number, they're not able to even take the written test. So we don't know if they know our postage, our signs, all the stuff that usually is required for us to drive. And whether we like it or not, they're going to be driving. So it's something that's taken away. So my second point is that because they don't have a driver license, a lot of these undocumented immigrants, they're not getting the proper insurance. Either they're not getting the proper insurance or they're getting insurance under somebody else's name. And according to like an insurance watchdog, independent insurance watchdog, they are selling insurance to undocumented immigrants, but usually it's 20% higher regarding the criminal record, regarding the driving record. And according to the U.S. Census, it's estimated that most of the people make around $22,000 a year. And like I said, there's a lot of people who have no insurance, or they have like basic insurance. A lot of times not covered an accident, or because of another criminal law, a lot of people are putting the vehicles under somebody else's name, and they're putting the insurance under their name. So in case of an accident, they're not covered. So you as a driver, if you're involved in an accident, they might have insurance, but the insurance does not cover them, so you're going to be left with that financial cost. So that's something that this law is putting upon them. And my third point is fear of deportation may trigger a domino effect, which could result in greater danger. Current California law actually it states that if you're caught without a driver's license, the officer has a right to arrest you. And because of the current program is called security committees, it is very likely once you're arrested, you're gonna end up being deported. They're claiming, I was looking online, and they're claiming the security committee, they're claiming that it's usually felons that get arrested or criminals that get deported. But according to their stats, last year for 2011, they deported 396,000 people. Out of those 306,000 people, 51 people actually had a criminal record. And then I think 37 or 40,000 people were under the influence, and 308,000 people were just walking the streets, or they got pulled over and they got arrested. So it is very likely that if you're driving without a license, you get pulled over by a cop, you get arrested, you're gonna get deported. Therefore, when it comes down to like, and there's an accident scene, there's like an accident, a lot of people are fearing they're gonna be deported, they might leave the scene, even if it's not their fault. And in case of an accident, anything that happens at like any little time can mean the difference between death and life. So let's for example, there's an accident and the person, it's not at fault, but your life is at risk. The person might not stay and help you because of fear that he's going to be deported. And there's also other stuff that should have been coming out, that a lot of people, because of fear of being deported, they just when the police try to stop them, they just take off. Current most recent incident was happened here in East LA. That's what the lady claimed, that she feared because of the police of being deported, and she ended up killing 2 people. I'm not saying that's what everybody does, but this is what it triggered. So, in closing arguments, I'm sorry, the third argument is like, what they got nothing to lose. They got everything to lose, so they try to escape because they got nothing else to lose. In closing statements, like once again, this California law preventing immigrants from obtaining a driver's license is actually jeopardizing our safety. It does not let us see what their skills are. It does not help make them improve their skills in case they get a citation ticket, like most of us do. We have to go to traffic school. We have to learn everything that needs to be learned again, even if it's online. And we're not able to make them accountable for insurance. If they were to have a driver's license, they would definitely have insurance, proper insurance. And finally, my third point is that what are you gonna lose if you? My third point is that the fear interpretation could trigger domino effect, which created the greater danger. Thank you.
All right, the strong things about the speech: you've got a clear statement of your claim, an excellent layout of what the secondary points, your internal signposting is really solid. At the end of the speech, you have a good summary of those particular points. On the individual points, the first point, you've got a lot of explanation of your theory and idea. You've got a couple of hypotheticals, but that's all the evidence that you've got on it. I don't have any reason to believe, for instance, that having access to a license would result in them becoming better drivers or showing us that they could be better drivers. You even said it, they're going to drive anyway, so if they're going to drive anyway, what difference does it make if they have access to a license or not have a license? That seems like it's almost a little bit of circular reasoning that's going on there. On the insurance argument, I think that you have some good hypothetical examples again, but it needs a lot more development here, and again, it's I think a little thin. On the third point, you're also dependent on hypothetical examples. You do have one good example that you cite about the woman who says that she was afraid of being deported and she ended up killing somebody. You do need to give us a source citation on that. I know you say it's a recent event, and I'm not doubting it, but I don't remember it. I haven't heard about it, and if I wanted to check on it, I should be able to know where that came from. I'm sure it'll be in your outline. All right, so structurally everything's pretty solid, but the evidence is pretty thin. Okay, thank you.